over some of the nuances of this
Sure.
flag set.
As our start
Late
screen
entrance, we did
is
do this.
the push spot in the forest. We already got an any cave right here, as well as a fairy stop as well. Wow, we already know what the white sword item is? It's the silver arrows? Oh my.
Wow, that is a very good and slightly bad thing to have. On one hand, silver arrows are free. On the other hand, you know your opponent has silver arrows for free.
Yep, bit of a double-edged sword there, but now the other question is, how long until we find the bow?
How long indeed? Maybe it'll be the Armos item and the game will be nice to us.
Nah, it looks like the Armos item is Lord Banana. All hail.
All hail indeed, but this early, certainly not a bad item to come across, since you haven't found a sword. No TGE's gonna be happy, and look at the reaction of RaikouRider stunning that Armos so it doesn't kill him. That was impressive.
Indeed it was. Indeed it was. Raikou is really good at this game, as well as a number of other games he plays. But he walked right into that line.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how many games you play, sometimes Lionel Beams are just gonna do things.
Yep, it's not a Zelda 1 rando without a death by Lionel, as we find our first secret of 37 for the mid. That's pretty darn good.
That is a really good secret. Near the max of 40 for the mid. You know what it looks like? Raikou is heading toward Vanilla Start.
I wonder, wasn't that supposed to be randomized?
It was supposed to be randomized, but I guess that 1 in 92 chance paying off. RaikouRider's got a stick.
Yep, he's got Hacksaw Jim Duggan's 2x4, as I like to call it. And that's actually a 1 in 20 chance, because the red wooden sword appears at an open cave.
It's gotta be in only the open caves, not just any cave. Meanwhile, Noray finding a money-making game. And apparently,
we closed the casino.
And apparently our hint for all the old men is that these cheeky so-and-sos need to find Nintendo Power's Guide. The book is going to be what translates all those hints, as Raikou's found level 6. And this is a really interesting point to enter level 6.
And Gorilla's, which can be pretty nasty, because they're pretty quick on the draw with the boomerang, and if you're not careful, you could get hit in the back, and you don't want that.
Raikou's actually been doing practice and testing for a new flag set that has one-hit KO enemies, but also one-hit KO Link. So he has become very well-versed in Gorilla combat, in the sense that he absolutely hates it.
Yep, he calls Gorilla's the worst enemy in that flag set, which is a real James Bond-like name to it, called License to Kill. It's based off of a mode in GoldenEye multiplayer.
Yep.
Where basically one hit kills everyone.
There is, funnily enough, one weapon in that game that is so weak, it does not one-shot kill, even in the one-hit kill mode.
Yep, the club, after
not...
Ken Lob from Nintendo.
But Noray has picked up his sword, so that is definitely going to be a boon to him. Now what our runners are going to be looking for are bombs, either sitting on the ground or buyable in a shop. Of course, Raikou is going to need to find some money before that.
But he got a bomb drop, so it's all good.
Or you could just get the bomb drop one on the global.
Yeah.
Must be nice. Not
quite over par on the big secret, but it's not completely terrible.
Yeah, 92, RaikouRider, if for those of you who aren't aware, has a bit of a renown in the community for his seeds being very rupee starved. So 92 definitely playable compared to his standards. He's also found level 2.
Yep, and he's in a dark room with a Beamos.
Yeah, it's not great, but Noray gonna quickly find out that there's not much else he can go here.
And it's Dark Nuts in level 2. And Raikou is not gonna deal with that at Nope, he's gonna up A, get some health back.
Yeah.
That's a ladder block in 6.
It is a ladder block in 6. Raikou saw that on his first trip in. He is going to take a stab at these Dark Nuts, given that he has Sword Beams. That's another thing about that one-hit kill, that one-hit KO setting. You really learn to love Sword Beams. He's also going to bomb around. Can't bomb down from that room with the ropes, which does tell him that that's the old man room. Every wall in Dungeons 1, 2, and 3 are going to be bombable, unless they are blocked on the side, either by the side staircase if you can't bomb on the left wall, or the old man if you can't bomb from the bottom wall down.
Interesting to note, speaking of the old man, you bring that up, yet you can, that's another possible ladder block. You can bomb down into a bait block. I have seen that, and unfortunately, when that happens, you can't exit through the north, which is quite annoying, I might add.
Yes, it is.
Speaking of annoying, it's looking like Raikou is ladder blocked out of 2.
Yes, it is.
The ladder requirement. Hey.
I mean, the ladder is definitely one of those items that is not always strictly required, but most of the time it's effectively required. So Raikou is probably going to, I mean, he might try to bomb around a tiny bit more. Oh, I don't remember him getting in that room.
And
just double checking.
Alright, I just gotta call this out real quick. Cybertrap called this out in chat. If you can't bomb into that room from above or the side, it's Zelda's room.
Okay, could be Zelda's room that got shuffled in. Alright, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Not exactly something you think of, but that would definitely do it.
Yep, at this point, Raikou probably wants to find a take any with a candle or a candle shop.
Definitely would like to find the candle shop, especially being here in the Deadwoods. A lot of burn bushes that he can unlock. Get some good overworld exploration going.
Also, something worth noting about this flag set is that we're not using shapes at all. No. We are using the actual dungeon layouts as they were intended from the original game, but how the rooms are shuffled are most certainly different, as Noraystra takes the death to a Dark Nut in level 2.
Yes, the rooms themselves can be any room in the game with some exceptions. You'll always have that starting room in the room you start in, which can be any exterior room, as opposed to just one of them at random on the bottom. But also, well, we're going to be using a slightly different map algorithm that Fred's put up. Not that it really matters for non-shapes, but you're going to see a lot of maps earlier on in Dungeons than you had in previous flag sets.
That could be a good thing, especially for any time you're playing shapes and you can't tell where to go and have to find the bomb hole. I mean, you're still going to have to do that in these particular flag sets, especially in 5 through 9. But it will still come in handy. And anyway, we got any roads.
There's one that goes up to Death Mountain. The first one that Raikou found was at Monocle Rock. And it looks like Raikou's going to bomb out... Oh, no, it's West of Spectacle Rock on Death Mountain. So he's going to take a peek in here and finds level 5.
That's
and,
a pretty
oh
good
my
find.
goodness, that is a very bright level 5.
Now, once you get into levels 5 through 9, you'll start to find transport staircases. So this push block could be a transport staircase, but it could also be the item. Just no hugs from the Gibdo.
Ugh, and those Gibdos have more than 4 HP. A single bomb is not taking them down.
Yep, enemies are plus/minus 2 HP on this flag set.
Eat My Steel. Raikou does not play on NES, but he plays on an emulator on his Wii. He has a soft-minded Wii, and he's found the item in level 5, but I can't tell what item that is.
Yeah, I didn't see what that was, but what I did see on Nora's side, the white sword on the coast.
Yep, and well, we got Raikou back, but not obvious what item he picked up. I'm sure he'll pause and we'll be able to get a look fairly shortly.
Yep, it was not the any key because his key count didn't change.
And it also wasn't the red ring because his tunic hasn't changed.
Yep, so we'll find out in due time.
Yep, it also
folks.
wasn't the heart container that's normally on the coast because he's still only at 3 hearts.
Looked to be the raft. Barely saw it for like a couple frames, but the raft was in 5.
Yep.
Now that's an interesting find early because now you have 2 raft spots open up, and if those are dungeons, then that's something required. Or it could also be led to a
because, yeah, it could be required if it has the bow, but you're not going to need them for the Triforces. You only need 5 Triforces in order to get to level 9 here. That's definitely a huge deviation from the previous Seeds flags.
How about this for playable money? Minimum penalty.
That definitely helps. Only having to give up 15 rupees every time you hit one of those door repairs is still not great, but you could do a lot worse. And oh boy, we have a max small secret of 20 rupees. So 20, 37, 92, money is fine.
Yeah, money is just a hair above average. I won't call it big money because that'd be foolish. However, it's good money. I'll leave it at that. See if Nora can get Lord Banana this time around.
Also, RaikouRider is going to find that the white sword sits on the coast with his any road checks.
Pretty good any roads overall, I'd say. And Raikou takes a death on the coast.
Ooh, that is not a good death. As far as he's going to have to go in order to get back there.
Ooh, this lag on Nora's side.
Yeah, the lag from the shooters plus a bunch of enemies can be really tricky to deal with. And the boomerang only helps so much.
Yeah, Boomerang doesn't do anything to Dark Nuts, so unfortunately that strategy was out.
It'll stun these Gyptos at least.
And Norva takes a Gibdo hug.
Yeah, the Gyptos are sometimes a little too friendly. Shadow Magi. The door repairs are just, there's some places in the vanilla game where the old man, instead of giving you money, takes away 20 rupees. And in the vanilla, he says, pay me for the door repair fee. So that's just what we call any of these penalty caves that Raikou's run into.
Yeah, and what this randomizer has done is the creator, Fred F. Coughlin, took a number of different suggestions for random messages. Now, once we have the book, we'll be able to tell what's being said. And it could be oh, hey, Norva's found paper. And it's not too far off from where Raikou is.
No, Raikou will probably find that paper as well. It's going to give him potion access later on if he feels he needs it. And we still have not found a bomb shop. Raikou taking an opportunity to pick up the cheap bait. It's a bit of just trying to cover his butt in case he needs it.
Yeah, gotta cover your tracks with that because you never know. You could have a required bait lot in a dungeon.
That, and you'd much rather spend your money on bait than just handing it over to a door repair.
Yep, even with cheap door repairs. And Noira and Raikou in the same ballpark in Casino Corner.
For the most part, covering over each other's tracks. The enemy's definitely not being the most kind as Raikou takes a death and loses a bomb to those Lynels.
There's no denying that Lynels can be one of the meanest enemies in Zelda 1 Rando.
Yep, and that's going to push him away from that letter pickup, which might play an important role later on, but might not. We'll have to see.
Baby. Raikou's got a candle.
Yep, that will at least get him started, at least. He's going to continue bombing the coast, and then he'll be able to use one of the Take Any roads to get a bit further. And that's probably the one thing that Raikou specializes in. He has the overworld routing especially just down to a science. It's really impressive.
And routing makes a big difference in Randomizer, especially with some of the later game randomizers. Routing is king. And Raikou's picked up his first heart container of the match.
Yep, that'll give him a 1 in 3 chance of picking up those silver arrows, but with them being so close to start, I think he's probably going to wait till he has 6 or until he's about to go in level 9 to take a check on them.
And speaking of level 9, 1 east of Vanilla Star.
Yeah, if you were trying to set up that swordless run, you had the backup right there. But no, we haven't found at all. We've not found a single bomb shop.
Still, and the longer we go, the more I start to think, could the bomb shop be the rare shop?
It definitely could.
The longer we go, the greater the chance that is, and Noira taking an overworld death. You hate to see that happen, folks.
Yeah, it was really unfortunate. He got hit by an arrow, and the knockback just put him in range, so the second arrow clipped through. And that's rough.
That sword's a bit too heavy for RaikouRider right now.
Yeah, he's a couple hearts short of being able to pick up that magical sword, needing anywhere between 10 and 14. I don't think I've ever seen it picked up yet in this tournament.
Well, there's the arrow and red ring shop. 76 for arrows, 232 for ring. I said red, didn't I? My bad.
You at least caught yourself, and 232 is a really, really low price for the vanilla blue ring. Normally that's 250 rupees, so it can be up to the max of 255 and down to 230. That's rather small.
And Raikou picking up a heart container is Noira finding a candle.
Yep, I believe that's the same Take Any that Raikou found earlier.
Raikou misfires with the candle. He's going to have to scroll screens to be able to fire the blue candle again and try it again.
Yeah, the red candle you can reuse any number of times per screen. The blue candle, only one shot. So if you miss it, you're going to have to try it again. But he does get some bombs out of this trek, so not terribly worthless. Nora realizing that even a small secret will cap out his wallet and realizes, why do I even want to take this secret? Let's leave it for later. And he's also found a hint shop. Without the book, that's not going to be any good, though.
Meanwhile, Raikou's at what we call the Forgotten Spot, and it's another arrow shop.
Yeah, that's arrow shop's not exactly what he's looking for, with the silvers just standing there wide in the open. It'll be interesting if he comes across another medium secret if he decides to make a play for that blue ring.
Well, it's certainly not out of the question.
And Raikou's up the Death Mountain.
Nora takes a death to a Lionel.
I mean, that's just a rough screen for Lionel combat, just in general. Raikou doubling back, he might be making that blue ring play.
Yeah, no, he's picked up a 5.
Yeah, he's gonna explore the rest of the grave first. He's not concerned about blue ring just yet.
Raikou maxes his wallet as Nora picks up blue ring.
I mean, I like that blue ring purchase by Noray. Definitely reasonable for especially how rude combat's been so far.
Yeah, combat has not been kind to this point in the siege.
Also, Noray does have another secret close to start that he didn't take. So he will be able to get some more rupees later if he needs them.
And an 86 red potion price, 32 for the blue.
Yeah, that red potion is not getting picked up.
Yeah, it's looking like a Pepsi kind of night, folks.
So RaikouRider looks like he's going to do a pair of screen scrolls to get off of Death Mountain.
I would not consider the magical shield a waste of money because they can actually block a number of projectiles that the regular shield can't, such as Lionel beams, fireballs, and Wizroll blast. But you do not want to get caught by a like with such a shield because you have to beat it in 4 seconds, or else you lose that shield. A like consumes it.
Yeah, the magical shield, definitely not an item that you are going to pick up every time, but, you know, it absolutely does have its uses. Like, when you run into a seed where it seems like every dungeon is just infested with Wizrobes, that magical shield's worth its weight in gold.
And we found the bomb shop, and it's 23 rupees. A slight markup, not a fan.
Yeah, definitely not Brookie-approved bombs. Raikou is also going to hard pass. He has enough to clear out the rest of Death Mountain.
Meanwhile, both runners down to 1 heart, as Raikou maxes on rupees again.
I'm really interested why Raikou is taking these. He's only found, I believe, one of the big secrets, so he could be leaving a ton of money on the table if this turns out to be a 92 rupees.
Yeah, but unfortunately, taking a death to a Lionel beam to the back.
Just barely clipped into his sprite. That is incredibly unfortunate, because those are a pair of loose squares that he's probably not going to go back to for quite a while.
Yep, but Raikou does take advantage of the opportunity to pick up a blue ring.
Yeah, he was making a beeline for that shop as soon as he had to up A. But we've not seen much in the way of levels, period, from our runners, so where are they? We've got pretty good coverage, too.
Raikou does have the raft, though, so as soon as those raft spots get checked, we could find something.
It's a little bit more likely of a power bracelet block, if there is a block. And but there is also a couple more places that are a little bit out of the way. And especially the candle checks that Raikou was not able to do in the Dead Woods may have a level or two.
Well, here's a check right here. But that's not a level, that's the other hint shop.
I mean, knowing where those hint shops are can be very beneficial, especially if you come across the book. Cyber Chowax, our tracker, pointing out that we have found 5 of the 9 levels. We're missing 1, 4, 7, and 8.
And
of course, that accounts for 6 items.
Yeah, well, there's one now, and this is a good level to find.
Yep.
Because you'll be able to get 2 items here. One, a floor pickup, the other, down a staircase.
Yeah, that is definitely helpful. It looks like Raikou started in the wing of the eagle, so he's going to have to go through pretty much the entirety of this dungeon. But definitely going to be picking up some keys along the way. And it's another Gorilla set.
And the Gorilla got him in the back with a nanner.
Yeah, backstab nanner. That's certainly nothing new for Raikou.
But he's giving it another crack.
Nore is going to restock up on bombs. Can't say as they blame him. Yes, this room, at least in level 1, does have a drop, so he is going to clear this room out to see if he can get an item from it. And Nora does find level 8 in one of those spots that Raikou left behind on Death Mountain.
Yeah, that makes that death that Raikou took on Death Mountain even more so unfortunate. And that could become even bigger if there's a required item here, such as the ladder or the bow.
Yeah, if ladder or bow is in here, then Raikou is in a huge hole, because I really do not think he has much of mind to come back here. So Nora's found a staircase. Let's see what we've got. We have got, the any key. It's not required, but that's huge.
That's very helpful, because now key blocks are gone for Nora, and we have yet to see a mugger room. If one of the things the mugger is after is max keys, you can just hit that at any time, and Nora will have no problem with the mugger rooms whatsoever. Oh, and there's the heart container.
Raikou, however, picked up the red ring. That was the floor drop item in level 1.
Oh, wow. So that's the dungeon's heart container. As Nora gets her first Triforce, 2718, the Triforce out of 8.
Yep. So the any key, definitely a luxury item, but not required, thankfully for RaikouRider. If he is good with his key management, he should be able to get out of this. And he's also found his Triforce, but he's going to be looking for the staircase as well. Cannot say as I blame him. And Nora's also double digging level 8. He wants to find that second item.
Yep. What he does find, though, is a clock that stops at Stalfos Hole.
And, I don't think he can reach the Stalfos from there, unfortunately, but, yeah.
Down goes that manhandling one bomb.
That was a beautiful bomb by Nora. I'm impressed.
Red candle in 1.
Red candle, I mean, it's early enough that it's definitely worthwhile. So a double red item level 1.
Yep. The real question is, what's Nora gonna find in level 8? And thankfully that Goma is not required for the Triforce, because that would be trouble.
And Nora finding a couple bomb holes at the other end of this staircase.
And a Goma.
And Raikou with his first Triforce shortly after Nora's first one.
Yep, and with level 1 fully cleared out, he's not even going to go back for the heart container, which is
well, the heart container was ladder blocked, yeah. And Raikou looks like he might consider making a play on level 3. Red ring definitely going to help his combat ability.
Yeah, no doubt about it. He may only have 5 hearts, but it's like he's walking in here with 20. That's how much defense the red ring gives.
Ooh, Nora almost getting grabbed by that hand, but manages to just duck out of it.
Yeah, you get grabbed by a wall master, which is what those hands are called. You get taken back to start. Nobody wants that.
There are a very, very minuscule number of times where you do want that. RaikouRider does find the heart container out of level 3, so that will get him guaranteed silver arrows when he goes back to that cave.
Yep,
if memory serves, that cave's just 1 east of start.
Yep, so his next Overworld up, hey, we could see RaikouRider pick that up as Nora grabs a heart container in 8.
That's the first heart container Nora's come across, so definitely helpful.
Well, there's the compass, and that's not going to be very helpful for Noraystra. He's already got the Triforce. If anything, that's old news, but here's something that's not old news, where the Triforce is in 3.
Yep, and RaikouRider is just going to have to do a little dodging around all these enemies in order, if he wants to pick up that Triforce. With the red ring, he shouldn't have too much trouble. And there we go.
Yep, and done.
2 quick Triforces back-to-back for RaikouRider. Nora continuing to dig this level 8, and I'm not 100% sure I like this play, but I don't dislike the play. Meanwhile, Raikou, I'm not sure what you're going back in for. You have the heart, you have the item. I hope he didn't forget they picked up the item in here already.
What was the item in there?
The raft, I believe.
No, that was 5. Meanwhile, Nora finds the second item in 8, and that's the recorder.
Okay,
So
that could be required.
Oh yeah,
alright, so I guess there is still an item left in play in level 3. And Raikou's dug it out, so what do we have? We have the wand as the item in level 3. That's definitely useful.
Oh, it certainly is, because that gives, at the sword range end of it, white sword damage, plus a beam that is great at defeating most enemies, but the beam won't do anything to a Wizrobe or a Patra or a pig.
The whole wand in and of itself won't do anything to the pig. I thought the wand beam still did a bit of damage, as Raikou finds believe that's his 3rd take, and he might have been his 4th.
Nah, I think that was his 3rd.
But Nora getting 2 very good luxury items out of level 8. Neither of them strictly required to beat the game, unless the bow is Dig Dogger blocked.
Yep, but even if the bow is Dig Dogger blocked, if it's a diamond staircase, you can just block clip. If it's a staircase to the side, as Raikou picks up the paper, you can just make a run for it. But even if it's
but there's run
for it.
Like, the options, the opportunity for it to be blocked are there. They do exist. And the any key, I mean, Raikou's only got 3 keys. He does have a fair bit of money. He could buy a couple more. I believe keys are fairly cheap. But yeah, level 8 it'll definitely behoove him to check, as we do find level 7 at that raft spot.
Cookie Crumbs. That raft was Cookie Crumbs. And we got ourselves some County Fair cuties, and the entrance is the far east side of the dungeon. Yikes.
Yikes indeed.
Nora finds level 5, which he could use as a hospital with a quick up A, but opts to do some exploring first.
I mean, if he takes an early death, then there's very little opportunity cost lost out of it. RaikouRider putting that sword to work, dealing with this blue Wizrobe as best he can, definitely has a lot more ability to just tank enemies when he's got the red ring on.
Yeah, no staircase there, and unfortunately Nora taking an early death. Ooh, a blue Goma, and he's making the spiral staircase run.
Yeah, this is not considered a Goma block, so this could be the bow, but it's a heart container. Raikou will take it.
Yeah, 8 hearts. You're 2 away from a shot at Mags. I don't see why not.
I don't see him making a play at Mags, but getting that item out of level 7 and knowing you don't have to spend time looking for the item in level 7 is definitely a boon. Raikou might just peace out here.
Yep, he's
like,
it.
I want nothing more to do with this. There's got to be easier Triforces than this. And oh, that was interesting.
What the? I don't think I've ever seen that before.
That is a documented visual glitch bug. We know about it. We're not 100% sure how to fix it, but it really doesn't have any effect on the gameplay. Just one of those random little quirks that can happen sometimes.
Is that in the vanilla game or just the randomizer?
I think it's only in the randomizer because of the mechanics of what can happen on those screens.
Learn something new every night. Why don't we all do? Boss Hill's being a secret today. A mid-secret at that. And yeah, these Gibdos are definitely on the beefy side.
But yeah, this is something that Fred is aware of as Noray picks up his raft out of level 5.
So what's at the vanilla white sword spot?
Eat my steel.
Making game.
Yeah, eat my steel. You cannot kill Dodongo with the wand. You will need the actual sword to do it.
Alternatively, a Dodongo can eat 2 bombs, and that'll do it all.
Double bomb will still work if you have 2 bombs you're willing to spend, mind you.
Looking to see where Raikou's going. Oh, he's going for vanilla.
Check the other raft spot, and that's just another riverboat casino.
Yep, so it was only one raft spot that had anything worth note, not necessarily required, but certainly a dungeon all the same.
Yep. But Raikou is going to be burning down the dead woods now with the candle in tow. Still looking for more levels.
Yep, that we are. We still haven't seen 4, I know that much. And speaking, and I see Compendium in chat, now all of a sudden I have the Persona games on my mind.
Are you hyped for Persona Q2?
Looking forward to it, that's for sure.
As RaikouRider trying to screen scroll his way over to the grave, might take another shot in that area that has level 8.
Yeah, unfortunately, Noraystra missed the bomb to break open a wall in the Overworld, so now he has to farm for bomb drops, since that was his last bomb.
Oh, that's rough. It can be easy to miss those if you don't have the exact locations memorized. Thankfully, he does have a bomb-dropping enemy and does get the drop.
Yep, and it looks like Raikou is heading back to Death Mountain.
Yeah, he is going to knock these 2 caves that he left off his tracker. This is really good work by Raikou, just not wanting to leave dead squares on his tracker. And he's not going to find required items, most likely, but he's definitely going to find items he's going to be okay with having.
Yeah, especially the recorder, because that'll allow him for quick overworld movement. And it's also possible that we could have a level in Recorder Lake.
We could have a level in Recorder Lake, but we also... the any key, given his key situation, is definitely going to be something he's going to be wanting to fix, shall we say.
Well, he'll be happy that he just found level 8 at 1 heart. He's doing the hospital play.
Yeah, the thing is, he's also feeling a little bad because he wasted so much time with that death. It's been about 10 minutes or so since he was up here. He could have had all this stuff so much earlier. And Noray making the play into level 1.
And Raikou has the any key, so the key advantage that Noraystra had, well, that playing field is now level. And since we're at about 40 minutes in, I say now is a good time for an item recap.
Well, there's not too much to recap, but I'll try.
Nah, I got this. Don't worry about it.
Alright,
don't
go
know
and do it.
Items in levels 2 and 6, both our runners ran into early ladder blocks there, and we have not seen level 4, so this is what we know. Level 1, the red is our red set of items. The red ring, red candle. Level 3, the wand. Level 5, the raft, as Raikou gets the Triforce out of 8. Level 7 had the heart container. Level 8 are any key and recorder. Silver arrows are white sword item as Noraystra picks up the red ring. Armos item Lord Banana, and their coast item, the white sword.
So that means that the items in 2, 4, 6, and the 2 in 9 are the bow, the ladder, the power bracelet, the magical boomerang, and there's always one I forget. Help me out.
Let's see. Bow, ladder, magical boomerang, book.
The book, that's the last item I missed. So, you have the bow, you have the ladder, you have the book, all still in play.
Yep, and those items can absolutely be anywhere, and this flag set major items such as the bow, such as the ladder, can be in level 9.
It actually could be required that you need to get the ladder out of 9 to get the bow out of level 6.
Yeah, that would be what we call a mandatory double dip, and that can be quite nasty, especially for those of us who've played Zelda 3 Rando and have had to do some obnoxious double dips of like Palace of Darkness, Swamp, Turtle Rock, you name it, it's been done.
Don't even start about that. Why not just do the Ganon's Tower double dip? Why not just talk about that?
Yeah, no one wants to see that. As Noraystra picks up the red candle.
Raikou using that wand a really good advantage to take out these wall masters.
Yep, and also with a wall master enemy screen, you don't want to pick up a clock because the wall masters won't spawn.
They'll spawn, they just won't come out of the wall to where you can hit them. Slight difference.
Yeah, you have to find them with bombs or boomstick, and we're not using boomstick flags. That's Raikou gets the heart container out of 8.
And very quietly, up to 9 hearts.
That health creep up, people talk about the power creep in various metagames. What about the health creep up?
Oh, I can tell you Nora's got his Triforce creep up. He's just picked up the Trial 1.
Yep. Hello, Gliok.
And, goodbye, Gliok. Noray going back to level 3. He should get his Triforce out here fairly quickly. Might also pick up his wand. Raikou going quite a ways to try and find this other item. He's not going to be terribly disappointed when he comes across it, but I'm sure he's going to be hoping it's something like the bow.
Yeah, he'll be disappointed to see that it's not, but knowing that the recorder is something that could come in handy later, it's not going to be disappointed with that. Picks it up A saves, and he's out of there.
It's going to be interesting. Is he going to go directly towards the Recorder Lake? It looks like he might be.
We shall say as he is heading to the west, directly to the west. And those Death Mountain boulders are just giving him the business on the overworld. Yeah, he's headed that way for sure.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just have to read the hints that the game gives you, and sometimes an item buried like that might be as good as you're going to get in a game like this.
Yep, this could be the breadcrumb theory, and we are about to find out what is under Recorder Lake. Oh, shoot for Noira.
That's just a shoot. He was on the right side of it as just a little shop under the sea for RaikouRider, so that leads to nothing.
Wait, you mean if that's a shop under the sea, does that mean RaikouRider found Bikini Bottom from SpongeBob?
No, they weren't selling meat.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
So Nori has found the room with the wand, just needs to kill out all the rest of these enemies, and he's probably going to be very happy that he'll be able to pick up a ranged weapon that doesn't have the risk of hurting him in the process.
For now, because the book will add fire.
If he finds and decides to pick up the book. Raikou now going back into level 6. Was there a path that we weren't aware of? Like, we know directly to the west is a ladder block. Can he get any further north? Oh, it was key blocks as well. Alright.
Yep, it was key and ladder, so we had a hybrid.
But with that any key, he does not care about those blocks. That ladder block, however, still no good answer for.
Yep, the ladder could be in 6 now, knowing this.
It definitely could. But Raikou is going to do his best to dig it out, and worst case scenario gives him access to that bottom part of the level. He's found a bomb upgrade, and he is
the price.
He's gonna take only 2 bomb upgrades.
That's an F bomb upgrade.
That is a very
grade of an F. But to clarify, didn't want anyone to think I was gonna slip up. I'm not doing that. Not me. I'm a good person.
We know you're better than that. Raikou dropping the bait. Was he trying to do a bait clip, I wonder? Yeah, it's a terrible ripoff. Above average price for the minimum bombs. I don't think he'll be leaving Battle Man a good review.
Yeah, that's a bad Yelp review for sure. As Raikou finds 6's heart container, and now he has a 20% chance of picking up the magical sword.
The fact that he's gotten it this early, he might take a stab. I don't think he will, but he might. Just on the miser's chance that he gets it.
I don't think I've seen a single 10 heart mags this entire tournament.
I mean, how many times have people even gotten the 10 hearts to try it? That's the other question.
Yeah, because there have been a few races, like, I think Redbird had one recently where he didn't... No. That was the race that J-Lo was in where nobody got to 10.
RaikouRider found the other half of that transport staircase. The item and the Triforce are 100% ladder blocked. And he's got one room he can check. And unless this has, no, it's the cage room. This never drops.
Well, the only time a cage actually drops is if you're watching pro wrestling. That's
and pro wrestling, this ain't. So Raikou is probably... Oh, no, there's one more room he could bomb here. Okay, that gets him around the immediate ladder block, but still. Even when you know the vanilla shapes, it can be a challenge to find the bomb hole.
Oh, for sure. There's no doubt about that.
But Raikou standing on a half tile and does find the Triforce here in level 6, but he's going to see if he can dig out the item as well. And don't you dare up A, Raikou. And there's that Chevy block again. So the Triforce is obtainable without the ladder, but the item is not.
Well, let's just hope the item turns out to be the inferior model.
Yeah, but Nori picking up his 3rd Triforce, RaikouRider with his 4th.
Yep, Triforces abound. So now the question is, where do our runners go from here? Norbert does a menu check. Raikou tooting the flute.
Looks like he is whistling to 3. So he's certainly got an idea of what he wants to do.
He might be heading back to 7 to get the 7th Triforce for his 5th to run into 9.
That might be his play, you're right, and that does look like what he's up to. In 7, I believe, had a fairly easy enemy set, and he is not, and he knows that 2 is fully ladder blocked. He hasn't seen, I believe 5 who was mostly ladder blocked out of, and he didn't even see level 4, so he might just be, let's get the Triforce I know about and hope that that's good enough.
That's certainly a possibility. We shall see. Where is the Triforce here?
But yeah, the power bracelet is almost definitely blocking 1 level.
Yeah, and there's another possibility. We could have a...
Oh, wow, the Triforce just laying on the ground, hiding inside the Rupee boss. So RaikouRider very quickly with his 5 Triforces. So does he gamble on bow and 9?
It's not just bow and 9 that could be possible. It could be power bracelet in 9 to open up 4 with the bow, or the ladder in 4 to get the bow out of 6.
That is entirely possible. Raikou is going to check the magical sword here right before he goes into 9.
Noraystra picking up the red potion, choosing.
So, do we have magical sword? No, we don't.
That's unfortunate.
RaikouRider, I hope he remembers he didn't pick up silvers yet.
Neither of our runners have, actually.
But 5217, RaikouRider is in level 9. He will not be able to do much in here except get information.
Yep, and in level 9, and even while exploring level 9, the information we're getting is that we are looking and listening, looking for a single shutter door that stays closed when an enemy rooms are cleared of an enemy set.
Raikou now remembering that he is missing something.
Yep, and he's going to be our first runner to get our silver arrows.
He's like, now that I have that, let's try this again. So as you said, RaikouRider will be looking out for a single shutter door that doesn't open even after he's killed all the enemies. That's where Zelda is hiding. He will also be keeping an ear out for the Roar of Ganon. The pigs spent all of his money on security and none of it on installation. If Ganon's one room away, you'll be able to hear him through the walls. There's also 4 old men with 3 possible hints that we can't do anything with because neither of our runners has found the book.
And it's also possible, as we are looking... Now, there's one other thing about the Roar of Ganon worth mentioning. It has to do with the other boss enemy that inhabits level 9, Patra. A Patra's roar will drown out the Roar of Ganon except for 1 audio frame. If you're able to pick up on that, then you will have found the pig through the Roar of Patra.
But RaikouRider's found Zelda. Raikou's found Zelda already, just an up A away.
Well, that was easy. Now it's going to be the bow and the pig that are the real hide-and-seek masters of tonight, apparently.
But RaikouRider, in addition to finding the pig, he's going to have to find the bow, even though the game should let you, you cannot just stab Ganon with the silver arrow.
Yeah, unfortunately, games don't work that way, or at least this game doesn't.
But,
we knew bacon!
Oh,
we hear a pig.
We do hear a pig, and Raikou is going to try and isolate where that pig is to get a good bead on him. And then he's just going to be taking staircases and trying to dig the item. And what? Wait a minute. How'd Nora get onto that Chevy? Nora found the ladder. Nora found the ladder. Ladder's in level 2.
Oh, game, that is a dirty trick.
Oh my goodness.
Now, for Raikou's sake, he best hope that nothing is ladder blocked. Otherwise,
yeah, if the bow's in level
really
6,
tips
Nora
the odds in his favor. Because I don't see Raikou going back to 2 for a very long time.
I don't either. Like, I don't know how we missed this ladder in level 2. Because I'm almost positive Raikou... Like, there's no reason why Raikou left a room unchecked.
Unless it was an enemy said he couldn't have deal with at the time.
You're right. There was a bunch of Dark Nuts. I think he was just on, like, 3 hearts green tunic. But, oh my goodness.
No, it was the room where he took the hog. That was... Oh my. This could be really bad for Raikou if a ladder block is in the way to the bow.
Of course, Raikou could find the bow here in that Pole's voice room, and the whole thing would be academic, but he is not doing that. But Nora going to pick up his Triforce here in level 2, and that'll give him 4. So Raikou probably needs the bow to be in a Power Bracelet block level 4. That is really how he... Either it has to be in 9 or it has to be in 4. Otherwise, he is in big trouble.
Yeah, it's quite the turn of events, folks. Stay tuned, because we are nowhere near done yet.
Nora is still going to need one more Triforce piece from somewhere.
Meanwhile, Raikou down to 1 heart, so he's gonna have to be careful as he deals with these gels.
But Nora is also going to pick up his silvers.
And we got ourselves an Uncle Wizzy firing squad in what would be a Triforce room under normal circumstances.
Oh, that is just terrible. Like, you can't do anything in that room without taking a ton of damage. Red Ring be damned.
Absolutely, you have to have a magical shield to be able to withstand that barrage.
Or magical shield or, like, max health, yeah. It's terrible. But Raikou is desperately digging out these items. He does not currently have enough rupees for a magical shield.
And that is a ladder block, which... just thinking about that makes my head spin.
Yeah, Nora, however, is out of bombs. Being on 0 bombs is always a terrible spot to be in, especially when you're going around level 9, but Nora going into level 6... We know he can get the Triforce without the ladder, and with the ladder, he'll be able to get the item as well.
And having the ladder is going to make getting to the Triforce a heck of a lot easier.
That is very true. Raikou does get through that blue Wizrobe room.
Transport staircase, where does it go? And he is tracking level 9, so...
Yeah, RaikouRider does track level 9 manually. He has a whiteboard. We did not see the item in level 6. We have no clue what it is.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, the remaining 4 items could be in any position between 4, 6, or the 2 and 9.
That is very true. Now Raikou's out of bombs, but he did find a bomb hole with his last one. Finds another staircase.
If this is the item and it's the bow, then he will have hit the ace in the hole. He's taking a moment to mark it, pretty sure.
Found an item, it's the power bracelet.
Oh boy, this opens up the possibility of he's doing an up A continue, and he's out of there.
He is immediately out the door. He is going to bank on that power bracelet blocking level 4. I think at this point it's guaranteed. So if level 4 has the bow, and this double dip was required, then what a hero call. But if it's in level 6, Nora has a huge lead because Zelda and Ganon are very close to start.
Yep, it's just, right now this race is hanging on a set of circumstances that are keeping Noira in it, but a not very good break for Raikou at all.
I mean, Power Bracelet being the first item he found was a bit of a blessing in disguise. I mean, the only thing that would have been worse was the Magical Boomerang, because on one hand, this sends him on a Wild Goose Chase, but on the other hand, it's a Wild Goose Chase that has a chance of paying out.
That's 3 push block spots in the overworld, and so far we are 0 for 3.
So this fourth one, yeah, it has to be this one. A little curious why he's not using the whistle. That might get him a little closer, would also get him to a bomb shot. Oh, is there an any road that takes him closer, perhaps?
Either that or he's going for bomb drop. Speaking of any roads, well,
okay, yeah, this takes him a lot closer to that 4th push block.
Meanwhile, Nora has picked up the compass, but is past the ladder block. Let's see. Well, that's a push block to open the door. That will be a staircase.
And the 3-headed Goma, Raikou, or
Gleeok, yes, level 4 was behind it.
Alright, so this is the big play. We will find out very shortly if the bow is in level 4, level 6, or if it's the other item in level 9.
Nope, no Nintendo Power Guide here, old man. I think you're confused. This could be the item room in 6.
This could be the item room, yeah.
And this could very much decide the race right here. And the compass is going to say where the trap... Yeah, that's too far away.
So, do we have a bow here in level 6? No, it's the book.
Actually, this is not terrible, because now...
Oh no, he'll be able to buy the hints and know exactly where it is. Well, he's not guaranteed to know where it is, but he's got really good odds of finding it. And if RaikouRider, assuming he finishes and gets the item out of 4, we'll know for sure where it is.
Yep, it's 50-50 now, but our runners don't know that.
Raikou having a lot of shutter doors and down to only 1.5 hearts here, but does get it done. And the ultimate horror would be if Raikou is ladder blocked from this item, but I think he's past most of the places where the ladder could really block him.
Well, there's a map, so...
Oh no, it's a Chevy room!
Rude.
He is blocked. Well, he might be able to bomb up and around it, though. Okay, he can bomb up and around, but Nora, meanwhile, has gotten the 6th Triforce.
And hello, Jurassic Park. And hello, Heart Container, which Raikou needed badly to get himself off of 1 heart.
So Raikou is around that block, at the very least. Nora is headed to level 9. Raikou has found the item in level 4. Do we have a bow in level 4? No, it's the boomerang!
It's
the bow is the other item in level 9.
Oh my, with that we now know where everything is, so it's time I hit him with it. It's level 1, our red item set. Red ring, red candle. Level 2, the ladder. Level 3, the wand. Level 4, scrap metal, aka inferior model, aka blue boomerang. Level 5, the raft. Level 6, the book. Level 7, the heart container. Level 8, the any key recorder. Level 9, the power bracelet. And by process of elimination, the bow. White swords, silver arrows, armor item, or banana, and on the coast, the white sword. Raikou getting a potion.
So this is actually not too terrible for Raikou. He knows that there are 3 items left: the wand, the ladder, the bow, the ladder, and the book. If he assumes that the items in both 2 and 6 are ladder blocked, then that means that the ladder is the other item in level 9, and he's just going to have to double dip. So he's going to be very confused, but very pleasantly surprised when he finds that it's the bow.
Yeah, but here's the problem. Nora has the ladder. Right?
Yeah, if the bow is ladder blocked, then Raikou's toast.
Yep, and it would be just an outrageously bad break for Raikou, and you really don't like seeing that happen, period.
As he is fond of saying, variance. Sometimes the variance will just kill you, and it might kill RaikouRider's tournament life if he gets unlucky here. But both of our runners taking a lot of damage here in this blue Wizrobe room. Raikou with only 2 bombs, but Nora's out completely. Raikou does get the kill, left on a heart and a half. Both of our runners do have a red potion, though.
Yep, what Nora did, though, is when he left the room status was saved, so if he took a death, he would actually be able to go back into that room and only deal with 4 blue Wizrobes over the 8 that were there to begin with.
Yeah, 5, but yeah, the principle does apply. And Raikou gonna pop that potion on half a heart. So this is a race for the bow, and if it's ladder blocked, then Nora's got it.
Yep. They call 9 the Great Equalizer for a reason, although in this case 2 was very much so the tipping point.
2 could have been the tipping point. It's definitely possible for Raikou to still pull this out. He does have a lot more awareness of where things are in level 9. Is the bow here? No, it's another transport, but RaikouRider is going to be taking every transport he sees, going to knock out 2 sets of stairs for each clear instead of 1.
Yep, that's a good strategy there for sure.
And he's come across
just 1 north of that.
Oh, that's really unfortunate. And there's a river room.
Yeah, maybe he can get around it, bomb down in the room to the right, or find another workaround.
He's checking his map, seeing where he can do things.
Meanwhile, Nora taking him an emergency up A because he was about to take a death. He might be heading towards a fairy fountain.
If he's heading to a fairy fountain, he would be going the opposite way. This is a white sword play. This is to pick up white sword. Only reason he'd go this direction.
That's a fair point. Now, the fire that the wand is leaving, beam is leaving behind on Nora's side is also damaging the enemies that are walking into the fire.
This, however, can also damage him if he walks into the fire, so it is a bit of a double-edged sword. Raikou, it appears, has found a way around that horizontal river. So he will be able to keep searching in this area. But does not look like it's going to get him anywhere.
Well, they get a dark room.
That's a vertical river room. But Raikou being able to bomb around, can't get up. So it looks like there is a 2-room magical staircase to that L column in Lair. J. Cobra White Sword was on the coast.
Meanwhile, Raikou going past that blue Wizrobe room, doesn't want to deal with that again because he doesn't have to.
Yeah, he is going to he's taking all these staircases, trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together.
Meanwhile, Nora finds a clock in a red Wizrobe room, and that's always a good thing.
Raikou getting a clock on the gel, tells him, J. Cooper, Raikou does not know the bow is here. Based on what he has, he expects the bow to be ladder blocked, and by his process of elimination, it's ladder in 9 that leads to bow in either 6 or 2. So when he comes across the second item, he's going to be very confused, but I don't think he's going to ask questions.
He might ask questions afterwards, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Indeed. Speaking of crossing bridges, Raikou will not be crossing this ladder. Or that river.
He's got his potion ready because of the enemy set here, and I don't blame him one bit because
and he is going to burn it. He does also have enough rupees for another potion, as does Nora.
Now, the only way he would not have enough rupees is if he finds the bow and starts firing arrows, because in this game, unlike all future Zelda titles, the arrows that you shoot are tied directly to your rupee count. And Raikou is out of bombs.
Yeah. And the thing is, once Raikou's got his bow, he has a path to Ganon and a path to Zelda. He won't need machine gun or anything else.
Let's hope, for Raikou's sake, bombs drop in this room. Otherwise, he's going to have to go out and find some.
Yeah, he could whistle to 8. There's a bomb shop close to that, but definitely not ideal. And he's just gonna camp on this block. Very nice tech. Definitely not optimal, but if you need to make sure you don't take a hit, that's a way to make sure you don't take a hit.
Unfortunately, that was a key.
Yeah, so Raikou has narrowed down a lot of where it could possibly be left. But out of bombs, out of potion, he is probably going to have to do some shopping.
Or some moblin killing.
Yep, moblin grinds is good for potentially getting bombs. Nora going through a double river room.
See, does that lead anywhere? Nope, nothing down, nothing to the left. And Raikou did get a bomb drop, so he's right back in the fight.
Yeah, at hour 12, he has to assume correctly that Nora is pretty hot on his heels.
And that would be a correct assertion. And Nora getting a bomb drop off of Gibdo.
We have our runners in the same room, going pretty much screen for screen with each other. There's a door that Raikou hasn't checked in this room, and kind of interesting that he hasn't checked it at all. Like, there's no reason not to do it. He's got the any key.
I don't think Nora's checked it either.
Yeah, it's just a very interesting line of logic, or lack thereof, perhaps. However, it does look like the Wizrobes rolled pretty low on HP. Nora finds his power bracelet. That might steer him to check those spots.
He's not going for that yet, which is actually the right call here.
And at this point, for Nora, it's a true 50-50. Because he's found all the other items.
Found a Patra, opted to up A and try another path.
I mean, sometimes that's all you can do. You have to just go a different way as Raikou finds that shoot.
And he beats those blue landmills barely.
It barely still counts.
That was Raikou's last bomb. It leads nowhere.
So Nora getting close to the center of the dungeon. This is an area where Raikou has not been able to search very well, if at all.
Yeah, a lot of that has been just basically due to not having the bombs able to get to this part of the dungeon.
And this is going to be rough for anyone, no matter what they've got. But Nora with the potion definitely has the ability to gut this out.
Yep, unfortunately, those bubbles that are hitting him are cursing him and making him unable to use a sword for a few seconds, rather.
Yeah, it's a 3-second delay, I believe. So it looks like he's trying to kill this Gibdo and then leave and re-enter to see if he can get the Wizrobe to despawn. No, he's just gonna take him on.
Yep, he's gone headstrong at these Wizrobes, and there's one left.
And because of the bubbles, those Wizrobes will not respawn as long as he stays in this dungeon.
And that's a good thing, because Uncle Wizzy can be a very mean uncle.
Here's a double block room with a bunch of lights. I'm not sure Raikou found this place.
I am 90% certain he did not. But that drop means that push block's not going to go.
But this might be.
Spike sliders and 2 get
Raikou is right behind Noray. So if he happens to follow, this is still going to be very close. There's a stair. Do we have our bow?
Is this our bow?
No,
it's a transport. This could still lead to it.
It still could lead to it. At this point, if that's the case, then we're going to be neck and neck.
If this is the case, then we are coming down the stretch.
Uh-oh, we may just have a troll staircase.
No,
yeah, it's a complete troll staircase.
Feeling lonely, folks? This is what we call the stealth staircase.
And Raikou isn't even gonna try bombing in. He may have tried from the other directions.
Yeah, he definitely did. That's a stealth staircase for sure.
And he can't bomb up or down either.
Bombs.
So Noray out of bombs again. Raikou still with 5.
Yeah, just one thing.
For screen here.
Yeah, one thing to point out to chat here real quick is that every seed has a hide-and-seek master. In this seed, it is undoubtedly the bug.
Undoubtedly. Raikou can't bomb through that wall, so he's gonna have to do some digging. Nora getting a rather obvious hint. Silver Kill the Beast lies elsewhere. Yeah, we found that a while ago.
Yeah, and Nora showed his displeasure to the old man for that.
Yes, he did. Well-deserved displeasure, mind you.
Raikou going after these blue Wizrobes.
And he's doing a good job of dodging. Getting some good damage up.
Yep, 5 Ds of avoiding these Wizrobes are dodge, duck, dive, dip, and dodge.
Indeed. Nora's found another double block room, but I'm pretty sure this one Raikou's cleared. It's in an area that he has a lot of coverage on.
Yep. And also worth noting that because Nora has the book, he will be able to see the hints. He already knows where the silver arrows are, that's one.
Yeah, the hints for him are of no use. Because he already knows where, because the hint won't tell him where the bow is.
Yeah, we already know where the quadrants of the beast, as well as kidnapped, as Raikou finds another transport staircase that he's taking a quick moment to mark, and that is almost looking like a full cleared skull.
That is looking like a very cleared skull. He is desperately trying to bomb around. This is probably a staircase he's already taken. Nora getting the compass, but that's old news.
Yep.
And oh, shoot.
Shoot indeed.
Jacob, where the ladder was just sitting on, was a drop in level 2 that Raikou somehow missed.
I'm pretty sure Raikou missed it because he took a death in that room and did not go back for it, because at the time, he was 3 hearts green male.
So both of them are still desperately trying to find where this ladder could be. Nora finds these land moles on Ritalin, but this is definitely area that Raikou's already covered.
Nora does have a combat advantage against those blue land molas because of the one bursting into flames on impact.
And definitely helping the white sword and the fire from the wand getting extra just damage on frame. Oh, Raikou remembering that there's one more row over to the east of where it says 9, but that does not look like it has anything of value.
Yeah, even if this happened, yeah, and that room's got nothing, so it's definitely a staircase to nowhere.
Yep. And look at how much coverage Raikou has of this level 9. And we know where the princess is. It's that 2-room gap. That 2-room gap in the southwest of Skull.
The race comes down to this, folks. Whoever finds the bow first will have a clear advantage of winning the seed and surviving to move on to week 5, where they will be racing to get into the bracket against a number of other runners who will be 2-2 at that particular point.
Nora's found a reverse C room. This was behind a ladder block that I don't think Raikou was able to find.
No, Raikou could not have found this.
Yeah, I can see exactly where it would have been on his map, but Von, yes, we do know that the bow is here in level 9, and Nora's found it.
Yep, Nora's found it. Nora's in go mode.
And Nora also has a potion. This, I believe, this is ladder blocked. And if it is, then, yeah, RaikouRider is going to have a lot of reflecting to do on leaving level 2 as he did.
Which we can't fault him for, because he only had 3 hearts, green male, just took a death. It was...
Yeah, unless Raikou can bomb his way into that room, which he might be able to. It is not impossible that he could bomb his way through. But if he can't, then Nora's got this game on lock. And ladies and gentlemen, here's Ganon.
Yep, and just like I said, that petrol is drowning out the roar of the pig.
Raikou taking another death. Nora popping his potion. Going to take 8 hits from the white sword to take down the pig. Hyrule Driver will deal 1 heart of damage. Raikou out of bombs, or almost out of bombs, in level 9.
And Nora at 1 heart has killed the pig. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got bacon. This is pretty much it. All Nora has to do is get to the kidnapped and takes up a Raikou going for a potion.
But it's not going to be enough.
Just about out of time on this one. I do like the fairy refill, though, plus the base save to retain it. But he is out of time.
Out of time, out of the tournament. As, ladies and gentlemen, Noraystra goes through with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 24 minutes, and 54 seconds.
Get your GGs out in chat for both runners who definitely deserved it with a well-played race out of both. The big break being Nora digging the ladder out of 2 with the bow ladder blocked in 9. That was what swung it.
I'd also like to welcome Noraystra to the commentator's booth. I think you understand why you won this race.
I caught the last input, ladder in 2.
Ladder in 2. You went and dug out level 2 really late, and it was just sitting on the ground for you. Raikou found level 2, found that going any further was ladder blocked, and I don't believe he never killed the enemies to check. I hate to be the guy to break it to him, but we're gonna have to.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I looked at that. I even stopped in that room and thought about it. I was like, this is ladder blocked. I just need to leave. And I was like, well, let me clear this room, because if this room has the ladder, then I have a shot here.
Yeah, you had a shot. And with the bow being ladder blocked like it was, yeah, Raikou just was not able to get to that reverse C room at level 9. You 100% needed the ladder.
That was a awful enemy set in 9.
Hey, you certainly pulled yourself through it. Not gonna say you didn't. You had a bit of stumbling, but at the same time, you were you showed that you've got combat skill.
Absolutely, and that's 2 seeds in a row where I've seen a really awful enemy set in 9, just god awful.
And we would like to welcome RaikouRider into the commentary booth. Hey, buddy,
GG's
I don't know what to say.
Was 6 actually ladder blocked?
6 was ladder blocked. 2 was not. Ladder was a drop item in 2.
You kidding me?
Yep, that Gibdo room. I think it was the Gibdo room.
Yeah, the Gibdo room, and then in the 3rd column, there was a river room that led to a reverse C, and that's where the bow was in level 9.
I wouldn't have found it anyway. I looked everywhere for that bow in 9, or the ladder.
Yeah, it was about as far away as you could get.
Yeah,
was bow ladder blocked?
Yes.
Bow was ladder blocked, yes.
Of course.
And we figured out that once you had gotten seen the item in level 4, you will have put together that 2 and 6 are both ladder blocked, therefore ladder has to be second item in 9, and you just double dip, and then you would have been very confused but pleasantly surprised when you find, oh, that's not the bow, that's not the ladder, that's the bow, okay, I've just got go mode. But alas, it wasn't to be.
I was actually thinking when I found the power brace, I felt I was just led in every possible wrong direction in this seed.
I mean, the game did lead you in a lot of wrong directions. Dying on the screen that had level 8, 2 really useful items there, not required, but definitely good to have. And then just not thinking to go back to 2, because I'm sure you marked on your tracker that you were ladder blocked out of doing anything.
Yes, I marked that 2 was ladder blocked.
And we had just taken it for granted, and we just realized at some point, hey, how did Nora get into the Chevy room? And we realized, oh crap, ladder was a floor drop.
Yeah, we somehow managed to miss that entirely. And I'm scratching my head at that one, because I thought for sure that the floor drop in 2 was going to be ladder blocked as well. And then as soon as you guys Nora had the ladder that was in 2, I was like, wow, that's a game changer.
Yeah, I just marked that the item in 2 was ladder block because I thought I cleared every single room in there.
I was getting ready to. I was about to up A and leave, and I went, let me just look at this last room and just poke it. Really, the key for me was the red ring in 1. That, oh my goodness. I couldn't find a heart to save my life.
It took me probably close to a half hour to find a candle.
Yeah, candles were definitely hard to come by, yes.
Yeah. The sword was free. That was startling.
See, what led me to believe that ladder was in 9 is that there were 5 Triforces. There were exactly 5 Triforces obtainable without ladder.
Yeah, I would have probably come to the same conclusion had I not just stumbled on that drop. Did you figure out what was in 4 and 7, or did you touch those?
4 was the inferior model. 7 was the art container.
Okay.
And then Nora found out, and I'm sure you figured out by process of elimination, the book was the item in 6.
You know, that would have been real nice to have, but of course it was ladder blocked.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Raiko, that means that next week's of the tournament will be your last. You unfortunately will not be moving on to the brackets, but hopefully we will see you back better than ever in not only the next round of Battle Royale series, but also the main event coming up.
I'm looking forward to the next main event, especially if it's an 8 Triforce flag set, because I think there's too much variance in 5 Triforce, but that's probably just me being a poor sport.
And Nora, bad news for you. You have won, so you get to go into the 2-2 pool with people like OPT Lawyer and Fury SK and GM Evil and the Truant Gamer and Toaster.
I've already had random effect and Saver. What's the worst they can send at me now?
GM Evil is probably
a fair point.
And yeah, you already have Saver, so even if Saver loses, you can't get paired up against him again. But GM Evil's still a threat, Truant's still a threat, Darkfall's still a threat.
Toaster's
if Metric loses, he could still be there.
2 and 2 is going to be a bloodbath next week. It's going to be a whole lot of fun, though.
It is going to be a whole lot of fun for us to watch, I'll say that much.
Oh, yes.
Is there anything you guys would like to say before we call it? Because it's just a bit after midnight on the East Coast.
Not really, other than if the ladder was in 2, then that explains everything, because otherwise this seed felt like a randomizer.
Yep, the ladder was definitely in 2. I think it might have been in a room that got you too, Raiko. Might have to check the VOD. I think the ladder was in the Gibdo room.
I'm gonna just check it now. Oh wait, no. I know I closed my tracker, so I don't even know where 2 is anymore. Whatever.
But it seems like that is going to do it for us. However, we do have a number of matches for the rest of the weekend. We do not have exact setups for this, but somewhere on the Speed Game family of networks, we have a pair of matches firing off at 10 Eastern, Dragon Dark against Shaddy and Matrick against Crystal Saver. We also have a pair of matches going on Sunday before the Round 5 bracket reveal. I'd like to thank our restream help from the Speed Game family of networks and our tracker, CyberChow X. Great job, you guys. And also thanks to you, Leslie Pro, for listening to me babble on for an hour and a half.
Oh, it's all good. Besides, we got done fairly quick this time around, too, so it's all good in my book. Also, we'll have the Week 5 reveal. Also, we have the Week 5 reveal after the last week race of this week, which will be Sharky versus Garian Wolf at 9 o'clock on a channel to be determined.
But that is going to do it for us. For everyone here in the commentary booth, for everyone behind the scenes, for my co-commentator Leslie Pro 4, I am Algernon25, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Yep, have a good night, folks.